Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hello. So my presentation is going to be about a project, construction of wastewater treatment plant in small town Skenderaj, Kosovo, which was EU funded. A few information on start of the project, state of play on regard to wastewater collection and facilities for their treatment. So as almost in all regions, also in Kosovo, after the war, there was a lack of facilities for treating sewage, which resulted in contaminated rivers and groundwaters as well. There was a limited experience and tradition in wastewater technology. No, there was no trained personnel available. Therefore, EU decided to help this sector as well by helping on installing treatment facilities and providing the training for people in order to ensure correct operation. And one of the pilot projects was construction of wastewater treatment plant in Skenderaj. These were the designing parameters of this treatment plant. So Skenderaj, as it is considered as a small town for Kosovo, with a population range from 6,100 to 25,000 inhabitants. Meaning with all the settlements around, so administrative borders of it. Sewage connection rate was 65%. There were two main collectors which were reconstructed after year 2000 with length 13.7, there is a typing error there, with two discharging points. The sewage system in general is a combined sewage system, even though we have sections of sewage which operate separately. So, but at the end they all go to the same point. So it is combined sewage system. There was no pre-treatment available, no industrial polluters, even though there were two factories in the town. One brick factory and one ammunition factory, but for a long time they were not in operation, and they are not going to be put into operation. We don't believe so. The per capita consumption was estimated to be 250 liters per capita per day, and as a receiving water, it was Klina River with a flow 1 cubic meter per second. It was very important, the location of this treatment plant, because Klina's river downstream is used from other town, partially for supply for drinking water. Purpose of the project, we wanted to connect the existing sewer system with a transport sewer which was long 3.5 kilometers. Where the location of wastewater treatment plant was planned. The sewer should only be transferred, combined to wastewater discharge to the wastewater treatment plant, and we plan to build a suitable stormwater relief structure at the connection point from sewer system to transport pipe. We wanted to have the effluent parameters according to Council Directive 91/271. And we wanted that the treatment plant should be easily operated, should be reliable by a local means, meaning people and processes itself. The constraints, as I said, we wanted to be as simple as possible in terms of applied technology for operation and maintenance. We also wanted to have a possibility of modular extension. The treatment capacity of the treatment plant was 8,000 people equivalent, or 1,000.628 cubic meter per day, with possibility of modular extension meeting the loads of year 2025. The plot available for construction of this wastewater treatment plant was 10,000 square meters. So these were the constraints as well. I mean, the effluent parameters, especially on BOD5, COD, and TSS, as you can see, 25, 125, and 35. Also, the sludge, which was produced from this wastewater treatment plant, because there was no heavy pollutant, we wanted to be suitable for agricultural use. Required process components, screening by fine screens and automatic transport of screenings into containers or waste bins, washing of screening, grit removal and oil removal, primary sedimentation, anaerobic sludge stabilization in Imhoff tank, biological treatment in trickling filter, final sedimentation, sludge thickening and storage in thickener, hygienization with hydroxide calcium, and dewatering sludge drying baths. These were the components that we built and we wanted. You can see the schematic view of the buildings and of the processes step by step. So we have the inlet, transport, pumping station, Imhoff tank, heart of the treatment plant's trickling filter, final stage of sedimentation, outlet to cleaner river, and then sludge treatment. You have sludge thickener and sludge drying beds. Also, we had 2 additional buildings, operational building, and workshops and generator rooms and electrical installations. The results of this EU investment you can see on the map. So we have here screening and grit removal. Above it we have administration building, and behind there are these generator rooms, electrical installation. Then we have, this is Imhoff tank, treatment filter, and this is pumping station, final sedimentation, and sludge. These are sludge drying beds. As you can see on red, I said we wanted to have possibility to make a modular extension in the future. So these are on red, the planning phases. This project started in year 2006, but it was put into operation in 2012. 7 staff members of the water utility, which is in charge for operation and maintenance, were hired and trained. They operate the plant for 12 months under supervision of contractors, professional staff. The effluent were in compliant with EU directive. The cleaner river was not polluted anymore from sewage which was coming from upstream settlements. And the Skanderai plant was used as a model for planning of cost and capacities for extension of services in the future. Approximate cost of this treatment plant was 3 million euros. These are the photos made in year 2013 after the defect notification period expired. In the first picture you can see the trickling filter and Imhoff tank. This is final sedimentation, Imhoff tank. As a summary, I will just go quickly into some of EU activities in Kosovo. On regard to support the water sector. We consider that basic services like clean water and sanitation are legitimate expectations of the people of Kosovo. Therefore, from war end until now, through 2 financial instruments, cards and IPA, Euro has spent around 100 million euros supporting the investments and capacity building of Kosovo. Some just comparison, connection rates before and after the conflict, drinking water, 60% before the war, after the war, now 74% has reached the scale. Sewerage network, 35%, now it's around 67%. There was no treatment of wastewater at all. Now it's around 8%, thanks to our project, but also there are some small initiatives for some small settlements from other donors and from Kosovo authorities themselves. We are also on a finalizing stage of construction of 4 small wastewater treatment plants for wastewater for small settlements with capacity 1,500 to 3,500 people equivalent. We are supporting the regulatory and management system in order to enable the Kosovo authorities to offer services that are an acceptable standard and at fair prices. We have also supported Kosovo authorities to draft the water strategy for 20 years. According to this strategy, Kosovo is planning to construct 9 wastewater treatment plants for biggest cities. This would cost them around 140 million euro. I can say that they have already contracted one wastewater treatment plant for 80,000 people equivalent. It's costing around 30 million euros. It's Kosovo funded and it's supported from German bank with grant and a loan together. So it's a blend of grant and loan. And we are happy that our project was making a real improvement in people's lives and was showing the way to many other similar improvements in Kosovo and wider. I would like to thank you for your attention and invite you. For more information about our office, visit our website. The link is here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions, please, from the audience?
Within treatment plant, we have offered all the equipment and the staff was trained. Otherwise, Institute of Public Health is responsible in Kosovo to measure the parameters of drinking water and also of discharging water. They do themselves, but they also, there are random visits from Institute of National of Public Health in order to control these results time by time.
Other questions? I have one.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you deal with the combined sewers.
Sorry, once again?
What do you do with the combined sewers?
We build at the connection point from sewerage network to transport, we build a storm relief structure. In the case of rain, most of water goes directly into the river, while the water which, settles down, go into the transport line.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.